The sunny carnival grounds were filled with laughter and joy, but one mother frantically searched for her little boy lost in the crowd. She had taken her eyes off him for just a moment, and now he was gone, vanished without a trace. In a small New Jersey town, the disappearance of a child threatened to unravel a community. Hello guys, and welcome back to Crimeco, where we break down some of the most gruesome true crime cases from all over the world, giving you the most up-to-date, detailed information. If that sounds like something you're interested in, be sure to subscribe and don't forget to give this video a like. A like from you really helps the channel. Thank you. Now let's dive in. The story begins in the working-class communities of central New Jersey, nestled along the shallow inlets and marshy shores where the Raritan River meets the Atlantic. In the late 1980s, young single mother Michelle Lensinski rented a modest apartment in South Amboy, a small residential town of Victorian homes and nearby factories. She had dropped out of high school and worked low-paying clerical jobs to support herself and her son, 5-year-old Timothy Wiltsey. Timmy was a bright and energetic kindergartner who loved the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Michelle didn't have family support nearby, so she relied on babysitters and sometimes brought Timmy to work when care fell through. While not a perfect mother, she appeared devoted to her only child. Born August 6, 1985 in Iowa, Timmy never knew his father. As an infant, he moved to New Jersey where Michelle raised him as a single parent. Timmy was always small for his age. At 5 years old, he stood just 3 feet tall and weighed only 35 pounds. He had fine blonde hair styled in a typical bowl cut of the early 90s. His smile revealed one front tooth missing. Though he struggled with attendance, Timmy finished kindergarten just weeks before his disappearance. He looked forward to starting first grade in the fall. It was a beautiful Saturday evening in May of 1991. Timothy Wiltsey was excitedly getting ready to go to the annual carnival at Kennedy Park in nearby Sayreville, New Jersey with his mother, 23-year-old Michelle Lensinski. Timmy loved carnivals and was looking forward to a fun night out. Little did anyone know that this would be the last time Timmy would be seen alive. Timmy lived with his mother in a small duplex apartment in South Amboy. Michelle was a single mother who worked multiple jobs to support them, often relying on babysitters like her sister Dawn or neighbors to watch Timmy when she worked long hours. Friends described Michelle as a caring mom, but others said she could be neglectful at times. Either way, she and Timmy were excited for their carnival outing. That evening, Timmy was dressed in his favorite outfit, red shorts and a red tank top. But the thing he loved most were his new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle sneakers. As they got to Kennedy Park that Saturday around 7 p.m., Timmy was full of energy, excited to ride the carnival rides. According to Michelle, she put Timmy on a few rides, then left him in line for another momentarily to get him a soda. But when she returned, her little boy was gone. In a panic, Michelle told a neighbor and began frantically searching the crowded carnival grounds. Realizing Timmy was nowhere to be found, she reported his disappearance to carnival security, and the Sayreville police were called. Within minutes, the entire carnival was shut down as a massive search effort began. Dozens of police officers, firefighters, and rescue workers combed the area with dogs and infrared cameras. They searched the perimeter, nearby woods and fields, and anything that could be a hiding place. But there was no sign of the red-shirted little boy. By morning, with no leads, the search expanded. Word of Timmy's disappearance spread throughout the community as posters and flyers were hung. Volunteers joined the effort, searching parks, playgrounds, and along the shoreline. Even the FBI got involved, utilizing their resources to try and find Timmy. But as the sun set again on that anxious Sunday evening, Timmy remained missing. Where could this energetic 5-year-old have gone? And what really happened to him at the carnival? As the search entered its second week, pressure mounted to find answers. New Jersey State Police Lieutenant Jerry Lewis, a seasoned interrogator renowned for extracting confessions, was brought in to re-interview Michelle, but her story kept changing. First, she said Timmy just vanished from the carnival. Then she claimed 2 strangers, a man and woman, approached her saying their names were Ellen and Jeff, and asked to watch Timmy for a moment. When she came back, all 3 were gone. Next, she alleged a knife-wielding man took Timmy into the woods near the carnival after she rebuffed his advances. The inconsistencies raised red flags. No one named Ellen or Jeff could be identified. and a thorough search of the local woods by police and cadaver dogs found nothing. When questioned further, Michelle clammed up, refusing to clarify her story. She'd also started showing little emotion about Timmy's disappearance, unsettling investigators. As the weeks dragged on, signs pointed to Michelle. Babysitters said she could be inattentive at times, even forgetting to call when running late. She moved to Florida abruptly after the second police interview, and 2 failed polygraph tests suggested she wasn't being truthful. While his mother partied and dated other men, Timmy remained missing. Posters went national on America's most wanted to no avail. His 6th birthday in August came and went with no answers in sight. As hope started to fade, the case went cold. Michelle rebuilt her life down south with a new marriage and 2 more kids. 2 decades later, the case was reopened by a determined detective seeking justice for Timmy. A key piece of evidence was re-examined that would unearth devastating secrets of what really happened to this little boy on that fateful night so long ago. In 2011, Detective Scott Crimeco was assigned to review cold cases in hopes of finding closure for families. When he examined evidence in the Timothy Wiltsey file, one item caught his eye: a large blue blanket recovered near Timmy's remains in 1992. At the time, Michelle claimed she didn't recognize it, but Detective Crimeco had a hunch it was more significant. He tracked down one of Timmy's regular babysitters, Jennifer Blair. She was now married with kids of her own, but recalled snuggling with Timmy under that same blanket many times at Michelle's apartment. Another sitter also did it. This blew the case wide open again. In August 2014, on what would have been Timmy's 29th birthday, police arrested Michelle Lodzinski in Florida. She was extradited to New Jersey to face a charge. Her story had remained the same, that Timmy vanished from the carnival without a trace. But prosecutors now had key witnesses putting the damning blanket in her home. At the tense 2016 trial in New Brunswick, the blanket took center stage. Sitters testified it was unmistakably Timmy's, while Michelle denied recognizing it. The medical examiner ruled Timmy's cause of death was though his remains were too decomposed to specify how. More bombshells emerged. Michelle's work history, given to police in 1991, omitted her time at an office near where Timmy was found. And 2 other sitters also recalled the incriminating blanket at Michelle's apartment years before she was charged. It was a gripping 43 days in court, but in the end, the jury found the case against Michelle overwhelming. She was convicted of and sentenced to 30 years in prison without parole. It seemed Timmy could finally rest in peace after 25 long years. But this wasn't the end of Michelle Lodzinski's relentless fight to avoid responsibility for what really happened to little Timmy on that sad spring night. Michelle appealed immediately, arguing the evidence was circumstantial. In 2019, the appellate court upheld her conviction, finding the jury could reasonably infer her guilt. But she took her case to the state Supreme Court, setting the stage for a climactic legal battle. The 7 justices heard oral arguments in 2020. Retired FBI agent Ronald Buckwicks, the original lead investigator, concurred the evidence never conclusively linked Michelle. It seemed she may prevail, with 1 justice already recused. But in May 2021, the outcome stunned both sides. The High Court deadlocked 3-3. With no majority to overturn the appellate decision, Michelle's conviction technically stood. However, the minority felt she deserved review under the proper legal standard, not just the prosecution's evidence. In a highly unusual move, the court agreed to rehear the case with a temporary 8th justice breaking the tie. In December, 5 justices prevailed that a rational jury could not convict beyond reasonable doubt based on the circumstantial case. Without a clear motive or cause of death proven, doubts remained. Michelle walked free after 25 years, her 30-year sentence vacated. Prosecutors were left powerless, as double jeopardy prevented retrial. "All we did was rob justice from a little boy," cried one dissenting judge. For Timmy's family and the community that mourned him, it felt like the tragedy would never find resolution. Wherever truth may lie, this child deserved better than a life cut short in a case that confounded at every turn. Though legally ending here, Timmy's memory lives on. And perhaps one day, new evidence may yet emerge to solve the mystery of how a smiling 5-year-old vanished without a trace that fateful spring night so long ago. Until then, his short life will not be forgotten. There are no easy answers in Timothy Wiltsey's case, only sadness for a childhood stolen and a family left with an eternity of questions. While the courts have spoken, for many the trauma of that long-ago carnival night still lingers. I hope Timmy's story has honored his memory and spotlighted the enduring determination of all who fought to find the truth. Though the outcome remains unsettled, his brief time on Earth left an impact felt across generations. If his case teaches any lesson, it is that innocent lives lost to violence deserve not just prosecution, but prevention through knowledge, compassion, and community support for all families in need. Perhaps no other child need fade from living memory in such a tragic way. This concludes the unsettling tale of Timothy Wiltsey. I hope you found the story and our exploration of it both compelling and thought-provoking. Thank you for learning about Timmy and walking beside all who continue carrying the heavy weight of his unsolved fate. Wherever your journey in life takes you from here, may you keep his name and all victims in your heart. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with the latest true crime cases. We appreciate having you as part of our community as we explore the mysteries that continue to fascinate us all. Stay safe out there, and remember, justice may stay hidden in the darkest corner. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.